Welcome to this look at a new-ish mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Panhandle Caprock, Texas. This is a new-ish mod map out by Taylor Manross, 147.42 megabytes download, no required mods to download. Slot count on new farmer is 963. On farm management start from scratch it comes down to 877. You don't have any of the equipment or machinery. You can remove all the buildings at the start farm if you want to. And it does say in the description you can remove, I think, pretty much everything. It says there are 80 farmlands available to purchase. All productions are purchasable and the farmland is purchased as well. Productions can be sold leaving the farmland blank. So any player can make the town area their own other than the deco houses. The deco houses stay, but if you want to change up the productions, because I think pretty much all of the base game productions are represented, but you don't have to have them if you don't want to. It also does say, so this is a close reference to the life in the Panhandle of Texas, with the Canadian River running through, creating plateaus, followed by flat open land where you can see for miles. The biggest change to this semi-fictional map is the trees, which have been included to provide some forestry in-game. We don't have trees in real life. I assume they mean just there, because I'm pretty sure I've seen trees. I think we do have them, but yeah, I'm being facetious, I know. So the map looks like this. New farmer, we start with this section up here. The main farm plot is plot 1. And then we've got these 3 fields around it. That's 227,568 on farm management start from scratch to buy the start farm. It's the only farm on the map, but there's plenty of room to do stuff. As you can see, lots of farming land. Contracts are available. There are no custom crops. There is a train at the bottom that goes to Oklahoma City, which is quite cool. Have we ever had a train that goes to Oklahoma yet? I don't think we have. What else is on my list? 25 collectibles. All this area down here is all open grassland. Oh, I've missed that. Oh, sorry, it's a rent train point. So you can rent train here or there. So yeah, as far as that all goes, that's all grassland. Open pastures, open pens, animals, do what you like on there. Or create your own fields. There's not a lot of trees on that. We have got some wooded sections. And these whole sections down here in the valley where the river is, you can drive down into there. There's a couple of spots you can drive down into there. So if you want to do a bit of forestry, you can. Field and plot prices aren't too bad. They're, I guess, kind of what you'd expect for the size of fields. Nothing crazy. Either way, expensive or mega cheap. So, if we come out of there, come into build mode. There's some curiosities here. Under sheds, we've got, now this image seems to be on 2 or 3 different things, but I don't think that's because it's at the biogas plant. But anyway, we've got a couple of bits there under Panhandle Caprock, as you can see. If we go to silos, yeah, same image there. That says bunker silo. Now that one there is a Farmer 400 silo, which you have at the start farm, but it's not 400,000 litres. It's not a standard base game 1. As you can see there, that's a 10 million litre silo. I didn't check to see if it was multi-fruit or not, so we'll do that in just a second. Do we have anything under extensions? I don't think we did. We do have it under containers. Just there we've got a large petrol tank, 25,000 litres. I think there's 8,000 litres in the start one on here. If we come to farmhouses, we've got a farmhouse there at the bottom. Factories. Now factories is the curious one, because all the base game factories are all here. Then we get down to this bottom section, and then we've got all of these here. Now I've had a look. They all look like the base game buildings to a degree. I can't tell whether the recipes are different or not. They don't seem to be, but anyway, they're all showing there under factories, just to show you that's where they are in here. We have got some sell points added in as well, just under here, under our sell points. We go to greenhouses. We have got also large glass greenhouse and a large mushroom greenhouse, which we start with as well. And as far as it goes for build mode, that is pretty much it. So if we turn around now, sleep and wardrobe trigger is just here. Wardrobe trigger down the side there, sleep trigger at the front of the building. We have got a garage with a flatbed in, which we'll grab in a minute. We come around the side of there, we've got our large glass greenhouse. We've got a large mushroom greenhouse. Fuel tank just there. And in the silo, what I'm going to do is I'll grab a trailer and we'll double check that. In the triple garage here, we have got a few odds and ends. As you can see, actually that's the point, do we have... Oh yeah, on the end there. I was saying, do we have a lorry for that? Although that's a tricky one to show whether or not we've got a multi-fruit, because don't some of those only do certain crop types? That could be a bit of a problem, couldn't it, to show whether that's multi-fruit or not. Let's grab... I guess we'll have to, won't we? Because the auger wagon's the same, that will only do certain crop types. I don't want to make the assumption that because it is 10 million litres it's going to be multi-fruit, because they aren't always. But then, like I say, this trailer may not be the best thing to tell us. Yeah, it's going back around again, isn't it? But it is 10 million litres, regardless of whatever fact we take from that, multi-fruit or not, it is 10 million litres. Let's grab our lorry and head down from here. So we're on kind of high ground up here, to the north of the map. I had a really strange, all of a sudden, was it Sussex Farm by Alien Jim? When you used to come through the tunnel and you'd sweep up onto the hillside. This bit here, as I swept down, I just had this sudden flashback to Sussex Farm, which was really weird. I haven't thought about that map in forever. We'll cut across some of the open grounds. As you can see, plenty of forestry. Farm fields out here. Down to the main road. We've got quite a few crossing points. It's almost a gorge here. It's not really a valley. It's very deep, as you can see. And like I say, you can. There are some points where you can go down into that, and you've always seen on the main map. You can buy the gorge section, so as far as forestry goes you can pick some of that up. We're going to cut across here, which brings us out to the biogas plant. 1 megawatt, 1.5 million to buy. All here. We go to this menu and down to there, and then off our own to there, so you can see there all the rest of things. Like I say, it seems to be, it's difficult to tell with the recipes, isn't it? There are so many different productions base game, and if people have modded them, and there's different size biogas plants, I can never remember all the actual numbers. But so there's our bakery, biogas plant, canning factory, carpentry, cement. They're all here, and there's nothing in these. I thought, well, maybe they're modded because they've added some extra things in. I haven't seen or noticed anything over and above standard things. So we haven't got like soy drink, or, you know, there's nothing unusual that stands out in any of them. But they all appear to be a modded version variant of. So here is your 1 megawatt biogas plant. So we'll cut across this section, which was, and you can see sometimes you get on a map open ground, there's a lot of trees on it. There's the odd tree here and there, which you can either, if you want to make these into more fields, your own fields, you can just, there's various different mulching implements, base game and modded. You can take the odd tree out here and there fairly quickly. Or if you just want the land for grazing, for animals, you could do some big old cow pens and stuff. Fences, husbandries, those kind of things. You could really go for it if you wanted to. So yeah, plenty of open space up here for activities. Big old sign here, just in case you're in a light aircraft and they want to tell you where to come to your machinery. This is the Panhandle Caprock equipment. So this is your vehicle shop, which is just over here. Trigger. Workshop, triggers just around the side here. This is the reset point for the map as well. At Panhandle Caprock equipment. I keep wanting to say Camp Rock. No, Caprock. There's one of those slipways down into the gorge. So we're going to take a turning in. On the left, as we take our turning, is the dairy, just there. Taylor's, just there. farmer's market round the back just here over the little bridge. Over there. Gas station just here. Very picturesque and quaint looking bit here with the farmer's market across the bridge. And I think that's another one, because you often get maps, say not often, sometimes you get maps where all the base game productions are there. You can buy the buildings, and then the problem is when you go to sell them, it gives you half your money back, but the building remains. So the fact these can all be removed, whilst some people might find it frustrating, especially if they don't do a lot of production work and they don't want them on here, the fact you can buy the plots of land and the productions and remove them all does give you a lot of scope. Like I say, you might want to run a bakery, but you don't want to have 3 different bakeries on your map. So to remove the one that's on here and put it down another one, that's absolutely perfect. It makes sense. These decorative houses can't be removed. Ah, a helium car. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I didn't notice that when I did my prep. So what happens when you go to buy party balloons and you forget, you leave them in the boot of the car, and that's what happens when you come out in the morning. Cereal factory just here, carpentry just over the back. What are you doing, you buffoon? Carpentry just over there. Oil mill next, just there. Grain mill after that. On our left hand side there is our sugar mill. If we cut down here, we have got rent train point, and this is Grain West silos. This is your transfer silo here. It is very plug and plonk. I mean, when you look at it, a lot of the buildings have got this sort of, I mean, that's Polish, so I think it's Polish, isn't it? Or yeah, that kind of so a lot of the production stuff is, there's an open space, there's a thing on there, but then again, like I said, you can then, because you can buy all the plots of land, decorate it, landscape it, add in, take away, do whatever you want, which is quite cool. So rent train point just here, and like I say, the train will go off to Oklahoma City, transferring into the silo and onto the train, or from the train into the silo, or just have it as a storage silo. That's entirely up to you. So there you go, that's there. Just here, bakery there. To our left, the GPU, the Great Processing Unit, not to be confused with the GPO. I mean, that's a long time ago. Who remembers the GPO in the UK? The General Post Office. Oh, that's a long time ago. And then here we've got our canning factory. So sweeping right around the back. So it's kind of, it's interesting because it's not a pioneering map in the true sense of the having to clear everything, clear the space, cut down trees, make land to build whatever you want. But there is an element of that about it. It's wide, it's open, there's tons of room, there's forestry if you want it, there's farming if you want it. It is one of those kind of make it what you want type maps. Or just come on and play it as it is. It's entirely up to you. Just over there we have a sawmill. Another buffoon. We've got to our right the paper factory. Just there. And as we turn down here with our spinnery, we've already mentioned the dairy, which is just the other side of it. And the next crossing point over the gorge, coming back the other way. Across the way there, cement factory, and behind that, debris crusher. Then if we turn right, I was just thinking actually about like fenceless husbandries. Down in that gorge would be quite cool to have like the fenceless husbandries and have your pigs foraging around amongst the trees and stuff down there. There's a lot of sheep farmers are doing that now as well to utilise land, because it gives the animals shade and protection from the weather and elements, and but also they like to root around, and it's happening a lot more now. And all about here, we have got our animal dealer sell point. So there's our animal dealer point, animal dealer sell point, and then round the back we have got our liquid manure and manure purchase points with animals in the pens just round here. Now, as you've already probably noticed, there aren't any animal pens on the map, and again I think that's deliberate, so you can pick and choose what you want to do on here. So we come back to the map, we're done. I mean, all these bits, like I say, you can pretty much purchase all of it. There's no periphery, you can't do around the outside of it, but we started here at the main farm, crossed over, went to the biogas plant, out across to here, took in the vehicle shop, and then down past here, which was my mind's gone blank, yes, the Taylor's Farmers Market gas station. Then we did the loop round here, took in all of these, including the transfer silo, back up and around here, took in those. Let's just click on something else, there we go. Then cross back over here, cement factory, debris crusher, out here to the animal dealer, and then it's all open countryside out to the north. And that is the map. That is Panhandle Caprock by Taylor Manross. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.